the PressCorps, I am Jean Baricave. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you the latest news from the Siva-Feli conflict. Here in the 108th conflict of the Foxhole War, it's day 171. Scout tanks take the field. Wardens lock down Westgate and push into southern King's Cage and threaten Alchemio Estate by land, all in the span of just 5 minutes. Meanwhile, Colonials stand strong in Marbanolo, the Clastra, and Stlican Shelf, repeatedly ejecting Civish attempts to break into the east. A reminder that the PressCorps is focused on the Able Shard. Today, the number of Warden's victims amounts to around 915,000. On the other hand, colonial casualties numbers around 946,000. Combined casualties for this war are over 1.5 million. Deadlands is still the deadliest region, with over 278,000 total dead. These numbers are provided to us by the good folks at foxholestat.com. After the breakthrough at the Great Wall, Wardens in Westgate have managed to hold onto Longstone and expand to lock down the entire region. Longstone initially fell to the Wardens on day 145, with colonial counterattacks temporarily regaining tepid control. By day 147, the Wardens appeared to have solidified their hold. Wyattwick was first captured on day 156 before being recaptured by Colonials on day 159. Finally, with the collapse of Zeus Demise and on day 164 and the rest of the colonial presence in the south, Wyattwick was the last hardpoint in Westgate to fall on day 165. For the first time this war, the region of origin is now under direct threat by land, with a fresh Warden push into the northern third of the region. Fighting was reported amidst wet concrete defense at Noventus Passage, and we can confirm that Wardens have captured Steelworld Relic Base on day 168. Colonials from the neighboring region of Sableport did manage to temporarily recapture Lost Partition on day 166, but lost it the next day. The defense of Sableport is likely counting on aggressive legionary regional raids to keep the regional border a dangerous place to establish bunker bases. Warden regiments operating in the area include Lambda, 11 ESC, Siege, NV, V, and England. In King's Cage, the colonial defenses in the bottom 2/3 of the region cracked when Wardens captured Slipchain Relic Base and the central city of Demanacle on day 149. Legionary forces have also been pushed out of Scarlet Hold Relic Base, with Gibbet Fields now being the last green town in the region. In Stema Landing, the last colonial town of Alchemio Estate is now facing down a direct land attack from base Favorite, which fell to Wardens on day 164. Should Stema Landing lock down, this will be the first time this war that an entire chain of island has been locked down by a faction. This could put the prospect of colonial naval assets in the west at risk. In the Deadlands, Wardens regained the initiative on their offensive, recapturing the pits, Sun's Hollow, and now Brian Glen. Brian Glen was initially captured by the Wardens on day 151. Colonials temporarily took it back on day 159, but the Wardens appear to solidify their hold after taking it again on day 161. The Salt Farms is once again staring down the barrels of the Warden's advance, especially from the Civish Ironclad Alliance, or CIA, which includes the 82 DK. Colonial defense on of the Lone Town are expected to be fierce, with extensive resources and manpower pouring in from the surrounding regions. Should the salt farm fall, the entire colonial center may be subject to a massive Warden breakout due to the wide open fields of Lockmore and Umbral Wildwood. Time will tell if colonial engineers have managed to establish adequate secondary lines of defense after the first attack on salt farms earlier in the war around day 50. While the colonials found themselves on the back foot in the west and center, the east central to east coast regions of Marbanolo, the Clastra, and Stlican Shelf stand firm. Multiple Warden pushes into each of these regions have been repelled, with Clastra and Stlican outright ejecting the Warden from the region altogether. In the latest Warden push into Stlican Shelf, members of the Spurred regiments were spotted conducting fire support operations amidst rows and rows of trenches outside of Briar Relic Base. Briar is currently in Warden's hands for now. Colonials have made multiple pushes toward Callum's descent in southwest Morgan's Crossing, but have come up short. Callum's descent is the only checkpoint that protects the bridge to Morgan's Crossing. However, the likelier reason for the relic base's capture is to secure a Warden flank from Morgan's Crossing. In Godcroft, the region has remained mostly static, save for Lipsia in the southeast, which has largely been in control by Colonials since day 127. Warden raids have destroyed the relic base twice, but have not captured it. In his broadcast, Colonial Colonel Winter of the Winter Legion, or WL Regiment, lamented a potential collapse of the Southwest, with the building of defenses in Ashfield now on the table. The PressCorps Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory for Stlican Shelf and Witching Trail. Temperatures are now failing, and conditions have become hazardous to the body. Vehicles are now at risk of freezing. Rivers and some shores might freeze over and may become traversable. If you do not know the location of a shelter or a campfire, it is advised that you find or build one. Go to PressCorpsGaming.com/weather for the latest weather readings gathered by our volunteer Storm Chaser Corps and become a Storm Chaser yourself. Rocket Watch is currently at level 4. Waiting as we wait for any sign of rocketpad build up. No signs of rocket pads have been sighted as of day 170. For the Press Corps, I'm Jean Baricave.
The PressCorps is an all-volunteer creative collective of reporters, broadcasters, artists, and more from the MMO video game Foxhole, developed by Siege Camp. Our mission is to engross our audience in and amplify the stories of this unique war ecosystem. The PressCorps was founded in 2018 by former Planetside 2 Radio Free Auraxis host, CaptainInArms. It is a separate community entity and is not officially representative of Siege Camp. For more information, visit our website at PressCorpsGaming.com. That's PressCorps Gaming.com.